Welcome back to another video, Arcane fans! With the fandom still reeling from an emotional finale, there's no better time to discuss what made the second season so impactful. Every character in Arcane is unique, bringing numerous perspectives into the overarching narrative. The first season allowed fans to become attached to these characters, but the second season's job was to bring their stories to a satisfying conclusion. Unfortunately, many of these inclusions involved major character death. The list is surprisingly long, which is why I'm using today's video to recap the major character deaths throughout Arcane.
You are the wolf.
Number 1. Vander. The adoptive father of Vi and Jinx, Vander has a significant role in both seasons. In the first, we learn that he is the one responsible for the sense of community in Zaun. Despite the Undercity setbacks, he believes in a brighter future and tries to help his neighbors have peaceful lives. He also cares deeply for the children in his care and ultimately gives his life to protect them. Vander's death is the catalyst for the series, sending Vi and Jinx on their diverging paths. His body is later used by Dr. Revik in his plan to revive his daughter. Vander transforms into Warwick, a wolf-like monster. Despite numerous characters trying to restore Vander's mind, he ultimately becomes a weapon of war and dies by Jinx's hand. Number 2. Silco. The former friend of Vander who once shared in his dream, Silco takes a different path to gaining control over Zaun. Most importantly, he becomes the guardian of Jinx after Vander's death, choosing to raise her as his daughter, ultimately leading to her transformation into Jinx. While Silco genuinely loved Jinx as a father would love their child, his actions and backhanded schemes proved fatal, as he lost his life to a stray bullet after being taken for questioning by Jinx. His death has significant repercussions for Zaun, including several gangs and crime bosses resorting to infighting to take his place.
For our cause, instead of some petty personal dispute.
Number 3. Clagger. One of the children adopted by Vander, Clagger joined Vi and Powder on their raid of Jace's apartment. He's one of the many caught in the blast of Powder's bomb, taking a rock to the head, resulting in his premature death. In Echo's alternate reality during the second season, the audience gets the chance to meet Clagger again. As an adult, he seems to aid Echo in enhancing life for the people in Zaun as he discusses inventions with the intention of raising his community's quality of life.
Go, save him from himself. Where would you be without her?
Number 4. Milo. Another of Vander's children, Milo didn't shy from trouble or speaking his mind. It's no surprise when he follows Vi into trouble, but it also costs him his life in the wake of Powder's bomb. In Echo's alternate reality, we witness that Milo maintains his aloof personality into adulthood, more interested in his love life than the inventions that take up the free time of his friends. While he may have lacked charisma, his friendship with Powder was on full display when she swooped in to be his wingwoman. Unfortunately, watching the dynamic the pair could have had only makes Milo's death more tragic.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Guard. Oh, do the Chem Sisters have another show coming up?
Number 5. Sky. Coming from the Undercity, Victor had to overcome many struggles. However, he always found support from his fellow scientist and childhood friend, Sky. The pair met when they were still young as they played in the same section of the river. The pair later reconnects as Sky becomes the assistant to Jace and Victor, whom she develops feelings for. Unfortunately, their relationship can't go further as she is killed by the Hex Core when it attempts to heal Victor. In the second season, when Victor is revived by the Hex Core, he begins seeing visions of Sky. The pair are able to interact whenever he uses the Arcane, allowing them to become closer than before. Unfortunately, Victor gives up his connection to Sky when he chooses to help Mbessa.
I was inspired by your... Everything you do inspires me.
Number 6. Vi. While we don't have the opportunity to see Vi in Echo's alternate reality, it's implied that her death is the event that brokered peace between Zaun and Piltover. In this reality, Vi loses her life in the explosion as Jace's partner. Powder and the others don't run from the Enforcers, and they're ultimately returned to Vander, who continues to raise them into adulthood. Without needing to risk his life for his children, Vander lives long enough to lead the people of Zaun, reconnect with Silco, and ensure Powder has a stable childhood. Naturally, Vi is missed by her family and visited frequently by Powder, who created an altar in her honor.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I never thought I'd see you again.
Number 7. Cassandra. One of the council members in Piltover, Cassandra was a staple for her community. The Kiramans are a family that demands respect, and she took her responsibilities seriously. In the end, she chooses to support Jace's plan that will broker peace between Piltover and Zaun. Unfortunately, she is one of many killed in the blast from Jinx's attack on the council building. Cassandra's death becomes the primary motivator for her daughter Caitlyn, who spends much of the second season attempting to avenge her death. Caitlyn later takes on her mother's former responsibilities, becoming a leader for her city.
The Undercity cannot be controlled. Not by us.
So where does that leave us?
Number 8. Heimerdinger. A mentor for many, Heimerdinger once served as a council member for Piltover. He often provided words of wisdom and retrospection, with his views influenced by his extended lifetime. Throughout the series, he helps others such as Victor, Jace, and Echo reach their full potential. He doesn't stop helping others even when he is removed from the council. In the second season, he is sent to the alternate reality with Echo. While he appears content with his new lot in life, he dedicates time to create a new vision of Hextech, which could return him to his proper reality. When the machine goes awry, he sacrifices his life to jump into its effects, fixing the machinery so Echo can return home.
And what's the point of a device like this if you don't enjoy the time you have?
Number 9. Isha. By far the best character to debut in the second season, Isha is a child from Zaun, who meets Jinx while fleeing from gang members. When Jinx saves her life, Isha decides to follow the older woman, despite her criminal background. Jinx eventually accepts Isha into her life, becoming her mentor and surrogate sister. Their bond progresses throughout the series and helps Jinx remain grounded to the present. Unfortunately, an attack from Mbessa places Jinx in a do-or-die situation. To save her, Isha overloads a gun with hex gems, creating a blast that takes her life along with the lives of Warwick and several soldiers.
Before I kicked her butt.
See what I mean? Delusional.
Number 10. Mbessa. While we meet her in the first season, Mbessa takes on a more active role in the second season. She claims to believe family is everything, but despite Mel's capture by the Black Rose, Mbessa closes in on Piltover, manipulating situations and people to capitalize on her power. She uses Caitlyn to gain control of the city and later forms an alliance with Victor, who promises to help her so long as he can reach the Hex Gate. When faced with the consequences of her actions, such as Mel learning the truth about her connections to the Arcane, Mbessa doesn't hesitate to fight her daughter and Caitlyn. To stop her mother, Mel sends Mbessa to the Black Rose's sorceress, who kills her, bringing an end to their feud.
Your daughter is wiser than you credit. I salute you, Mbessa. For one without the gift.
Number 11. Jace. Once a helpful inventor and supporter of the Arcane, Jace dreamed of making the world a better place through the use of his hex gems. With support from influential people like Heimerdinger, he becomes one of the co-founders of Hextech. Unfortunately, in the second season, he is sent to an alternate reality where he must face the future forged by his creation. Witnessing how Hextech can evolve to encompass everything in its path, Jace does everything in his power to prevent that dark reality from coming to pass. Doing so requires him to confront Victor, and the pair ultimately lose their lives together, taking their creation with them.
If the right person got a hold of it, it's possible they could utilize its energy.
Number 12. Victor. Already living on borrowed time, Victor was desperate to see Hextech make the world a better place before his fatal illness caught up with him. Yet he dies prematurely when Jinx attacks the council building, only to be revived by Jace and the Hextech. Victor comes back altered, with his body forever enhanced and altered. He also has a connection to the Arcane, which he uses in Zaun to heal the sick and injured. His actions amass a following who call him the Machine Herald. As the Herald, he wants to achieve grand evolution, but witnesses what his actions will do to the world through Jace's memories. In the end, he decides that humanity should have the chance to continue, flaws and all.
They want better lives, but emotion clashes with reason.
Number 13. Jinx. Of all the characters in Arcane, Jinx undergoes the most character development throughout the second season. By meeting Isha, she learns to live in the present and to care for other people. The pair become a family, which only grows when Jinx crosses paths with Vander and recruits Vi to help them. Jinx allows her walls to come down and begins to see the big picture. Although she nearly takes her own life after Isha's death, Echo convinces her to keep fighting, and she arrives in Piltover to help fight Mbessa. Later, when Vi's life is threatened by the evolved Warwick, Jinx saves her by using her grenade to defeat their enemy, despite getting caught in the blast. While there were a few impactful deaths in the first season, Arcane didn't hold its punches during the final episodes.
I'm tired of talking.
Despite knowing the stakes were high, I didn't expect so many characters to lose their lives in the ongoing battle between Zaun and Piltover. Much of the main cast didn't survive the finale, which led to many bittersweet goodbyes for fans of this series. Fortunately, every loss felt well-earned and meaningful, which is what made the ending of Arcane one of the best finales of the year.
I need you and the Enforcers to buy me as much time as you can so I can shut down the Hex Gates.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Don't touch my daughter.